My kids and I are singing the Pokemon song, guys. What's up, guys? Good morning. All right. So we got some good movers here. Let's take a look at what we have this morning. What's up, team? Oh, no. I hit on demand button accidentally. There we go. That's better. Sorry, my son is running, so you can hear his steps. But yeah, the morning's looking pretty solid. Specifically, CRON. CRON. You can see this one's gapping up from 840s to 1050. Big gap up here. Huge gap up. So how's everybody doing, team? But yeah, look at CRON. Look at this one. CRON looks good. Check it out. Look at that. Look at this gap up. Look at that gap up on CRON. Looks super volatile. It's a cannabis stock. I love trading cannabis stocks. And it's gapping up a lot. I'm definitely watching CRON. C-R-O-N. Again, it's gapping up from 840s to 1050. Looks really solid. We also have Netflix here. Netflix, I'll trade it. I've got a lot of buying power, so I'll be able to trade this one. It's just about whether you'll be able to trade it. But I'll probably be able to trade it if it looks good and it sets up for stuff. Other movers here, HEPA, but I can't trade this one, unfortunately. That's a no for me. We also have Solo. We've got TTM. We've got Tops. Shipping Stock. We've got Eric. Old terrible phone company. We've got, which is Ericsson, by the way. We've got ENDP gapping up some. We got AA. We got AA gapping up some. We've got CGC, which is another cannabis stock that I'll be watching today. We've got PAGS, another one of my main watches. Hey, y'all chill out, man. Come on. Y'all chill out. Y'all are loud. You brought your pumpkin? You bringing your pumpkin to school? No, that's cool. Are you going to make a jack-o'-lantern out of it?
I don't know. He doesn't know.
That pumpkin's got the same name as you. Alright, we got Roku. Roku gapping up some here. We got AMD, which is what I'm always going to watch. The market itself is up to 299s. Okay, so the market itself is gapping up solid. It looks good. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go fix my coffee, give my kids a hug goodbye, and I'll be back. I'm singing Pokemon over here, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. My kids are all about it this morning, so that's right. It's unavailable to trade because on TEFs, certain stocks with low liquidity are not available to trade. And so even though it has good liquidity today, if the average volume of the stock over the past 6 months is less than 500,000 shares traded per day, then it's generally not going to be tradable for me. It's just one of the flaws of TEFs. I think the benefits outweigh the flaws, but that is one of the flaws, is that there's not going to be many penny stocks, specifically because the average liquidity for most penny stocks is not above 500,000 shares traded per day. And I guess that's all subjective and dependent on what you would define as a penny stock. But in the end, for my definition, there's not that many. All right, guys. So yeah, so SPY gapping up. A lot of other stuff is gapping up as well, like Netflix. We got CGC. We got the big alpha cannabis stock, CRON. CRON gapping up big here from 840s to 1030s. We've got AA. We've got AA. We've got PAGS, which looks really interesting. I might trade this one. I like this one. It's volatile. It's gapping up some. It's got a decent enough range, but not too big to where it's going to scare me out of it. I might try trading PAGS if it gives me something solid. We got Roku gapping up with the overall market today. We've got AA, AMD, MU. And so we've got a lot of movers here, but really I'm watching CRON, CGC, PAGS, and Netflix. Those are the 4 that I'm really watching today, and so we'll see what we get with those. Okay, hey crafting sheet man, I'm gonna tell you what I told the dude yesterday. If you spam that one more time, I'm gonna ban you, and you're not gonna be able to ask me anything, man. I've got a bunch of people watching me, and I'm gonna get to your question. You gotta let me get to it. I'm trying to deal with my kids right now, so yeah, man. Like, be an adult. You know what I mean? Don't ask the same thing over and over again, demanding attention like a child. I'll say that. So yeah, basically chill out is what I'm saying. You know. But yeah, there you go. I answered it. Those are the apps I've used. I think the Thinkorswim app is one of the best ones. It's free if you have a Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade account. The Tefs app isn't bad as well. I mean, you got Robinhood. Weeble's a great app. Weeble is a pretty solid smartphone trading app. And so it all just depends on what you mean by trading app. Trading app is a very broad statement. It could mean a number of different things. All right, team. But yeah. All right, yeah, no stress, bro. Yeah, no hard feelings, man. Like I said, just don't spam the chat. Honestly, James, it's kind of weird that you're back here today because I was literally thinking I was going to ask the chat what happened to James. I was literally just today thinking that. I was like, where's James? Where did James go? You know? I know, man. James, honestly, I've been kind of stalking you on Facebook. Like, where is he, man? Where did he go? And I didn't know what was going on, but I'm glad to see you back, bro. What's up, man? All right, guys. Let's do this. We're going to start looking up news in a minute. Let me get my headphones on here. Wait, what did it just connect to? Oh, I bet you're connected to my laptop. No, don't connect to my laptop. I gotta go make sure my headphones... Good. My headphones are trying to connect to my laptop in the other room. Good. It didn't, though. Alright. That's right, James. Yes, sir. Let's do it, man. Honestly, it's probably a good thing you missed the last month, man. The last month has been kind of brutal overall. I mean, honestly, I found a way to make it work the last month. Like, I've actually found a way to come back and profit. But I probably took too much risks, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, the last month has been terrible for me. Not terrible. Like, look, like I uploaded my trades yesterday, and so I'm still green overall in the last month. You know, the last 2 days I've kind of falled back and ended green, but I've had to take some risks doing so with big size. And even after, a lot of these were actually down in gross profits. Like, I think both of these days I ended down in gross profits because of the sizing I used to get those gains. And so it's been tough, man. It's been tough for sure. Let's see what my account's at. Like I said, you guys saw me. I posted. If you're in our Discord, I did post. If you're in our Discord, I did post my trade log and my all my trades that I got into yesterday. I ended the day up $44, but after commission, I lost $14. So, yeah, basically what I'm starting to realize here, and this is my logic behind this team, right? This is my logic, is that I need to trade more expensive stocks with bigger ranges that are going to cost me less money in commissions. That's my logic, because the way I'm trading right now, every day I'm up in gross profits. Like, every single day I'm up in gross profits, but I'm down after commissions. And the reason for that is because, basically, if you really want to know the reason for that, is because lately, the last week, my accuracy has been about a coin flip. It's been about a 50% accuracy rate. And so with that, I'm going to be about break even if I'm green in gross profits. I'm going to be about break even because of, you know, yesterday I took like 5 or 6 trades, right? And like 3 of them were successful. 3 of them were losing trades, I think. And then after commissions, my day was basically break even. I lost like $10 or like $13 yesterday. And so that's kind of where I'm at as a trader right now, is that I'm kind of break even really right now. And it's something I have to consider. Again, you guys saw it live yesterday. Like, I actually did it live yesterday to where I traded a bunch in the first hour. In the first hour, I did not do so hot. And then later on, I kept the stream going until like 11 a.m. yesterday, my time. So like 12 a.m. market time. I kept the stream going for a while yesterday. And at that, you saw me, my first few trades of the day didn't go great. And then my last few trades basically rebounded me on the entire day. So I've been having much better results later on in the day. And even the last trade I took yesterday, I think it was on CGC, it was not a fade. It was not a fade. Instead, I've been using the previous day's closing price and giving myself a risk level above it to where I can short the stock. Let me see what I did. Or no, maybe it was AMD. I gotta figure out what I traded yesterday. Let me just upload my trades to TraderView so I can see what I traded yesterday. If you guys want to see it, here you go. Trades, historical data, trades. Let me pick that, 16th. I'm just going to name this yesterday 17. All right, so you saw me do that. I named it yesterday 17. Now if I get my trader view out here, let me make this so you guys can see it. There we go. Trader view. It's the best way to do this. There we go. I can go to import trades, choose file. You see yesterday 17, everybody can see that. Selecting that, upload. There we go. So yeah, like you can see, my last few trades were on AMD and SNBR. And so yeah, let's see. Yesterday I had 3 winning trades. and then 2 losing trades, right? But I really had 3 because I traded CGC twice. Or no, maybe that's right. I don't know. But yesterday, it was basically break even. I actually had 3 winning trades and 2 losing trades yesterday. Okay, so that's actually right. But again, you see, these trades are the ones after the stream, I think. These 2. And like, while that's great and everything, let me see. I still have to focus on doing a little bit better and maybe waiting a little bit longer before I trade in the morning, because my first few trades aren't great. I'm also might be implementing the previous day's closing price into my strategy a little bit more. It's one of those times, like, listen, strategies are not always going to work. They're not always going to work. Strategies are going to change. The results are going to change in the market. The market constantly evolves. And so even if you have the best strategy in the world right now, it's not always going to work. And maybe that's what we're seeing here. I'll just have to keep, analyzing my stats here to see that. But that's where we're at now. It was still a green day in gross profits, break even in net. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys see my stats. Like the last few weeks, like if I look at my reports view, I'm still good, like I'm still okay. Like since October started, this is my stats, right? And I've been uploading this live so people can actually see the upload live so they know I'm not like faking it. I've been uploading it live like I just did. But yeah, this is my stats from the last 30 days. Or no, this is my stats since October 1st, which isn't bad, I'm actually below in accuracy, but I'm actually happy. Like this is the interesting thing, right? You want to know why risk reward calculation gives you an edge in the market? Is because look, my accuracy in the last since October is 48%. It's below 50%. My accuracy is not that good the last few weeks, which is what I've been saying. It's not that good. My trading has not gone that well. But since my average hold time for my winning trades is 30 minutes, my average hold time for my losing trades is 13 minutes. And then my profit factor is almost 2-to-1, which means I'm getting in good risk-reward trades. Then I can still make $856 in gross profit in the last few weeks. And I can still have a graph like this, even though my accuracy is less than 50%. That's why risk-reward calculation gives you an edge in the market. That's why it gives you an edge. And sure, I've taken some big risks here, and I had a huge win, and that probably influences this a little bit too, just to be transparent about it. But in the end, every week, every month is not going to be great. I don't care what the gurus tell you. I don't care what people trying to sell you day trading courses tell you on YouTube. Every week, every day is not going to be winning. Every week's not going to be a good day. Every month is not going to be profitable, and you have to have realistic expectations, and that's what I'm trying to portray to you guys. So I hope you guys understand that. But yeah, that's my trading the last 3 weeks. Hasn't been great, hasn't been the best. What's up, Mr. K? And yeah, I mean, the reason I can do that, again, the reason I can show you guys that is because, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm not selling a course. I'm just doing everything for free. And so I can be transparent enough to show you guys how it really is. But you guys know me. Most of the time I'm very profitable. But this is one of those times where I just haven't been. And that's okay. I mean, I'm still profitable. Let me rephrase that. I'm still profitable. But it's one of those times where my trading isn't... I'm not super proud of my trading the last few months. Or the last few weeks. Alright, let's get Mitch in here. Zoom is forcing an update, guys. Look at this. Thanks, Zoom. Forcing my update, man. I don't know how much of my RAM you're going to use now. Alright, guys. We got Mitch here. Yo, yo. Alright. We got Mitch here. He's here. He's just not here yet.
Yo, yo.
There he is. What's up, bro? Here, hold on.
What's up, man?
Hold on. Alright, guys. Yeah, we got Mitch here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Alright. Here, let me fix the scanners. Oh, sorry, guys. I realized my scanners have been kind of crooked. There we go. Alright.
What's going on?
What's up,
What's up?
Maestro?
What's up,
What's
man?
up, team? Oh, let's read some news. I'm late, man. I'm slacking this morning, guys. I'm slacking this morning.
All right, all right.
Honestly, look at the market though. Look at CRON. My baby. Look at CRON.
Hey, I mean, I think I clearly stated last week. Look out for October 17th. You
Yeah.
guys could hear it in the chat. You guys could go back and the last time we got news, the APHA. Last time APHA popped up, you guys could hear I clearly talked about this date. This date has been on my calendar watch for the cannabis area. It's a main release in Canada. A lot of people don't even kind of not even talking about it today. That release is just giving it attention, and some investors are coming back in, taking some profits. Uh, I'm
Wait,
kind
what
of
was the release?
concerned.
What was the release? My bad.
So it's pretty much 2.0 in Canada. So edibles and stuff like that are being released,
Oh.
and so you're gonna get some news on that.
Because, like, according to Thinkorswim, people are struggling trying to figure out what the catalyst is for CRON. I'm going to read this real quick. It says, quote, and this is, oh, here, if you need to finish something, you can, my bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, so this is CRON, CRON, and the name of this, and this is from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, quote, CRON rampaged an extended hours session Wednesday, gaining as much as 41.5% as of 6:22 p.m. Eastern Time on heavy volume, before dropping to a 33% gain at 6:45 Eastern Time. It was not immediately clear why the stock surged in the extended session, but two block trades totaling roughly 1.2 million shares crossed at 5:09 p.m. Eastern Time at a price of $8.40 a share. If CRON holds these gains, the late Wednesday move will be the second largest in the company's history and the largest since the company began trading on the NASDAQ. End quote. And so, yeah, so people are having trouble figuring out why it's up, man.
There you go. Putting it up.
Yeah, Mitch knows, man. Mitch knows.
I know my pot stocks.
Yeah, man. Mitch knows his weed, man. He knows his weed. But yeah. So here's another one. It says 420 investor Alan Broshine, when asked about strength in cannabis stocks, tells Benzinga, and he says, quote, Kronos Group rallied last night in after hours in strange trading. There was no news. We got another update that says that's pumping up Aurora, which I believe is ACB, right? ACB.
Mm-hmm.
And ACB is up. Let me see what it's actually doing. Yeah, ACB is up, but it doesn't look much different from the other cannabis stocks. And this is basically pumping it up. It says Aurora Cannabis could be one of three major cannabis companies in a decade. And this is all quoted. Quote, Aurora Cannabis could be one of three major cannabis companies in a decade if it survives its current challenges, says investor site. AVYA, which is APHA, was skidding nearly 8% Wednesday to pace decliners in the cannabis sector a day after it reported earnings. Again, just to reference some very popular cannabis stocks, we got TLRY, which is gapping up, but TLRY used to be way cooler than it is now. We got CRON, because now it's back down to $20. CRON, which in my opinion is the cannabis stock with the most volume today, the biggest move, and the most potential for the opening bell. And so we'll see what we get with that. But yeah, that's the cannabis stocks right now. Check those out. So basically to break it down, we got CRON, we got CGC, we have ACB, we've got APHA, we've got TLRY, we got NBEV. I don't even know if that one's going to be moving. Oh, okay, that one actually had a huge day yesterday. Look at NBEV yesterday. So I might watch this one too if it's still tradable. I know it used to be tradable. But then to move on, the cannabis sector is definitely on watch. Then we have PAGS. PAGS, this one is looking more and more interesting as time goes on. I like the range. I like the daily chart. You can even see it might have a multiple day kind of triangle forming here if I can draw this out. Look at this. Or at least a trend. Look at this. So that looks interesting for PAGS. And the gap up is interesting as well. So we're going to watch PAGS. I'll go ahead and look the news and catalyst up for this one as well. Let me see if I can find that list of all the top stocks. Yeah, there we go. I've got this damn Pokemon song stuck in my head, man. My kid's been singing it every morning. My son, he's been singing it every morning, and now it's like it gets stuck in your head. I can't find PAGS. Let me look this up. Hold on. But yeah, PAGS. This one is up. I'm not seeing any news for PAGS. Let's look. Biggest moves from yesterday. Maybe it's going to show up here. If anybody knows the news on PAGS specifically, let me know. It could be up. It could be just following the market. That's a possibility as well. Because the market is bullish today. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. It must be following the market. But this is recent, this big move. Like, look at this last move here at 8 o'clock. So that's recent. So we'll move on from it. And like I said, if you know why, let me know. We got HEPA here. HEPA, penny stock moving. You might want to check that out, guys, if you can trade it. I can't, but you might be able to. And this one is up after the company announced publication. After the company announced publication of data highlighting the CRV431's potential as a treatment for chronic liver diseases, end quote. And so that's interesting. So a publication for HEPA. We'll see what happens to it. We've got FTFT. FTFT gapping up here if you like penny stocks as well. And this one is up after the company announced it regained compliance with NASDAQ periodic filing requirements. So regaining compliance for FTFT. We have LLNW for third quarter results. LLNW. This one looks okay. Gapping up some. Maybe you guys can trade it. Maybe you can't. We got Netflix here, which reported strong earnings. Really nice gap up here. You guys know me. I generally like trading Netflix as well, although with small size. And this one, like I said, this one's up after reporting better than expected earnings for the third quarter for Netflix. We also have Eric, which is an old bad smartphone company, or an old bad cell phone company, Ericsson. I used to have one. It is up after third quarter results as well for ERIC. Oh yeah, Mitch, we got James back in the chat, man. James is here today. We got CSX. See, this one is gapping up after the company reported stronger than expected earnings for the third quarter. And so, yeah, let me see what else we got. I know we got a few other ones here. AA. We've got AA gapping up. I guess I'll try to look this news up. All right, so it has a release that said AA plans to sell up to $1 billion in assets and may close facilities over the next few years as it grapples with slowing economic growth that has driven aluminum prices lower, damaging its financial performance. But it's gapping up because of it. I don't know what's going on with this. Third quarter results, though, is what this is for AA. Third quarter results. A lot of these are third quarter. NTNX. We got NTNX gapping up if you want to check that one out. A few other ones, penny stocks from yesterday. We got SES. We got TOPS, which is a shipping company. TOPS. No news that I can see for TOPS. And then we're just watching other ones that kind of follow the overall market outside of cannabis. So like I said, we're watching PAGS here. We're watching Roku. We're watching SQ. And a few other ones. But the market's looking good. As for gap downs, we got IBM gapping down some. IBM. Let me see. Let me find the gap downs now. We got VIVE, IPWR, BNGO. All falling down after huge run-ups in the last few days. IBM is down after the company reported worse than expected third quarter sales results and reaffirmed fiscal year 2019 EPS guidance that was below the analyst estimates for IBM. But yeah, IPWR down, SES down, and BNGO all down. And these are the big movers from yesterday. So a lot of these are gapping down. They're not gapping down enough to where I would necessarily be super concerned, but they are gapping down some. And so yeah, that's the news today. Let me go ahead and look up the overall market news. Here's the SPY. SPY is up to 299.60 right now, 299.59. Closed at 298.40, so it's gapping up. It looks strong. Let me see. All right, and then I have a report from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures posted narrow gains Thursday after the European Union and the U.K. said they had reached a deal on Brexit, subject to final approval by the British Parliament. The Dow futures were up 0.3%, S&P futures were up 0.4%, NASDAQ futures were up 0.4% as well. Oil prices are down, with global benchmark Brent crude down 0.6% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate down 0.7% recently, after industry data showed a buildup in U.S. crude stockpiles, end quote. So yeah, that's the market today, guys. We'll see what happens. Very good morning for me, at least. It looks solid. I'm definitely interested in trading today. And so we'll see what we get. What's everybody else doing and watching? Someone just bought a... this week was not that good, Velocity, man. It was just not that good. It was okay. Like, listen, I've made it work. Every day I've ended up in gross profits this week. Like, every single day so far. I haven't lost in gross profits yet, but a lot of those were still losing day after commissions because, again, that first part of the day I have not been doing that well. I've been losing at the open. And so what I've been doing is I've been rebounding later on in the day. And I think sometimes I've been taking a lot of unnecessary risks in order to rebound. And so because I'm using larger sizing for those risks, I'm actually ending down in gross profit, unfortunately. Like you could see some of the share size I've been taking, which I don't necessarily agree with my own trading in this regard. Like if we look at it, like you could see, like look at the sizing I'm taking here. Like just to show you guys, like look at the sizing, 14,800 shares, 22,000 shares, just too big of sizing, and that's causing me to be down after commissions. On these big green days that I had. Like this day, you know, I used huge sizing and 13 executions. And so, like I said, I've been using large scalping size scalping later on in the day. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been working really well. So I've been jumping in with like 4,000 shares really, really quick though. I've been getting in and out very, very fast. And so the commissions are adding up, and I'm still learning to deal with how I've been trading, and it's okay. Like I said, I'm not always going to be green. It's not always going to be, you know, sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes I'm going to be losing, and that's okay. And everybody is going to lose. I don't care who they are. I don't care how long they have been trading. Every trader is going to be, you know, every month is not going to be profitable. I don't care what anybody says that want to sell you a course, you know. Every month's just not going to be profitable, and I can't have unrealistic expectations behind it. I've still been doing okay. You know, I've been doing okay. I've been ending every day in green and gross profits and about break even after that. But yeah, my trading has not gone super great this week, and that's okay. You know, I just have to try to build my strategy the best and try to figure out what's really working right now under these market conditions. Somebody else said it yesterday. As penny stocks start to kind of heat up some, mid and high cap stocks generally start to be a little bit slower and less reliable in my opinion. And so maybe that's what I'm getting stuck with. Maybe it's my own trading decisions. It could be either, you know, if I'm being objective about it. So we'll see. You know, we'll see how today goes. The market looks good. We've got a lot of movers that I can trade, and so we'll see what we can find. I think that one of the things that I started doing well is that I started to trade more VWAP bounces. You know, VWAP bounces have been working much better than fades lately, and I think that's because the market has been pushing up this week. And so with the market pushing up, I don't think I've lost on one VWAP bounce trade this week. But I think I've lost on a bunch of my VWAP fade trades. And so I think with that said and understanding that, I should probably transition more towards long strategies as long as the market is bullish. I think that makes sense. And so that's probably what I'll try to do today. But again, we'll see. When am I switching to penny? I just got to figure out where I want to go. You know, honestly, I might throw a few $100 onto U stock trade and start. I might throw a few $100 into U stock trade and start. I might also throw some money into Robinhood and start buying some put options on some of these as well. Maybe I'll start next week. We'll plan that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but I'll try to throw like a few $100 maybe into U stock trade. Yeah, the VWAP bounce has been super reliable lately, James. 100%. Been really, really reliable. Like I said, I don't think I've lost on one VWAP bounce trade this week. I don't think I've lost on one. I think every time I've traded a VWAP bounce this week, it has been a successful trade. VWAP fades, on the other hand, they've been a little sketchy lately, and so it is what it is. You know, again, I think a lot of it probably has to do with the overall market just moving up the last, few weeks. So you can see most of these days the market has been bullish. If we look at the daily chart with the market since October 3rd, yeah, the market has been pretty bullish, and that would kind of explain why my trading has kind of turned a little bit. Honestly, this is a very interesting thing, though, and this is, if somebody can learn from this, I think it's super important to understand, right? I want to show you guys this. All right, so look, here's my trader view, right? So let's look at my stats from when the market turned bullish. Let's see, it was September 20th all the way down to October 2nd. That's when the market, as you can see, that's when the market was very bearish. Look at this. That was like a very bearish period in the market. Again, from September 20th down to October 2nd. Now let's look at my stats, which I'm mostly a short bias trader. Watch, let's look at my stats from that period of time. September 20th to October 2nd. Look at these stats, man. Not one losing day in gross profits. Not one losing day in gross profits during that time frame. Now, this is me mostly shorting, okay? Again, I think I got stubborn and I continued to attack shorts when the market was not favorable. So let's look at my stats from October 3rd until today, which has been mostly bullish market. Much worse. Look at this. Much worse. Look at this. I've had a lot of red days. And again, that's my mistake. That is my mistake. I have been shorting when the market is bullish. And like that is my issue here. And that is why. And that makes perfect sense. And so it's a good lesson, guys. If you're trading mid and high cap stocks like I am, don't trade against the market. That's what I've been doing the last few weeks. And it has not worked out for me. Which is, again, why, if the market's bullish today, I'm probably going to start attacking some VWAP bounce strategies. I think that makes the most sense. John, what specific strat are you the most successful with? Over the life of my trading career, the VWAP fade. 100% the VWAP fade. In the last few weeks, the VWAP bounce for sure. Like I said, I don't think I've lost with a VWAP bounce strategy or setup in the last week at least. I think I've taken numerous VWAP bounces in the last week, and I haven't lost on any of them. And so I think I have to look at my stats and what they're showing me. Again, though, I think the big thing here is that I was just trading against the market. I think with the market pushing up like this and me trying to short, I just think that's a bad decision on my end. And again, like I said, I can critique myself. We're not experts and gurus here. We just let people watch us trade. And so, I could be real about my stats where others might not be able to. Other gurus might not be able to. Because, again, Mitch and I really don't have anything to prove. I mean,
What? I'm trying to be profitable with this strategy.
Yeah. Abby in here says we can't trade BNGO. We can't trade SYRS, SES. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, Abby. If you're a penny stock trader, bro, probably not the right platform for you, man. Again, you got to look at the average liquidity over the last 6 months, not just in the last week. Right? If the average liquidity in the last 6 months is less than 500,000 shares per day, it's not going to be listed. It's not going to be on there. And again, that's why if you're a sole penny stock trader, it's not for you.
Yeah, and I don't want to be trading any stock that's in the $1 range and goes up to $5 and then comes back to 177.
Right. I mean, it's super tempting. It's super tempting. I get it. It's like, 100% movers, 1,000% movers.
That's tempting, but when there's no pattern,
catastrophic,
there's no way of reading this. Right. Understand, guys, if there has to be a pattern.
Right.
This is not a pattern move. That first drive, maybe, to 12 o'clock yesterday, there you have a pattern. But from that moment on, once it broke $4, this had no pattern. Nobody's business being up here. Okay. And then it just, you can't know when it's going to get knocked down. Yeah. And that's the hard part in a stock like this. And a lot of traders see some traders putting up gains, but a lot of times when you're going to see gains on a stock like this, it's going to be people that paper traded. Yeah, I can jump into a paper trade into a stock like this. I've made thousands and thousands of dollars in that. But that's just because I don't have no fear of losing, no emotion in the downside risk. And so when you really take this with 1,000 shares on the other side, live money, you'll feel that pain almost immediately in a stock like this, because a lot of the times with a stock that's going parabolic, you're going to get a dip, a quick dip, and it's going to put pressure on you. And if you don't understand the risk that you're taking when you take the trade like this, that's how you end up getting hurt. You take a trade that you, let's say like on a stock like BNGO, you take it ripping $2 here because you think it's going to get back to 3 and 4 and 5. But as soon as it hits $2, it flushes right back down to 170s.
Wow.
Next thing you know, you're down 30 cents. And what happens is you freeze for a second. That second causes a lot of traders, especially hesitation on the risk side. And a lot of times you can end up down 50, 60, 70 cents down in almost a second.
Yeah,
So you really have to understand the risk with a stock like this.
I really think the best way to honestly trade these with the most potential is just buying put options at the top. I think that if you look at these, if you take every parabolic mover, like think about it like this, right? And this is you can study these stats because I've done it before, and we're gonna put a good video out this weekend about it as well. But if you look at every parabolic mover in the market, if you look at every single parabolic mover that goes up, let's say over 100% within a day or two, if you look at every parabolic mover, if you look at that stock a month later, like 90% of them are gonna be minus 50% in that month. 90% of them are going to be down 50% from where they were. And so again, I think that a large majority of times these are just getting pumped up and then hype's getting behind them. You don't want to marry these stocks. And I think you can make money on the upside as well. But I think a much safer way to trade them is, again, you can buy a put option on the top. If it does squeeze up and go crazy, you're not going to get stuck in that. You're only going to lose what you paid for that option. And so your risk is limited. And so you're only going to lose what you pay for that option if it does decide to go crazy, which they sometimes do. But you can, again, take advantage of the fact that most of them in a month from now will be right back down to where they were or worse. And you can take advantage of that. It's just a safer way.
No, I hear you, definitely. There's definitely options out there. Just got to watch the right stock. All right, guys, let's see what's going to happen with the Netflix. Let's see what happens with the Netflix life.
Yeah, man, Netflix is looking good. We'll see, though. It depends. The range is huge. I got to figure out what kind of size to take for this one if I do trade it.
Well, the biggest point for Netflix is 300, guys. We're back above 300. We want to stay above 300 if Netflix is going to stay above 300 for the year. I can just clearly state that right now. If it stays above 300 here, we're going to stay above 300 for the year. If we get below 300 here, I can see Netflix coming right back to 260. 260 is very, very possible.
Yeah, maybe some don't have options, but some of them do. And I think it's just a much safer way to trade these. And I think it'll also teach traders about like failure in a lot of these penny stocks and about, you got to understand, like most of these companies, I don't care what the catalyst is for these right now, but most of these companies are terrible companies and they're just getting hyped and pumped up. And so again, I think a lot of times they're just going to come back down and, oh, sorry. Somebody wants our watch list. CRON is at the top. But we also have HEPA. We've got, what else am I watching? CGC. We've got PAGS. We've got AMD. We've got APHA. Netflix. We've got Roku. That's my watch list. All right. CRON top short idea after pop. It could be. I mean, I could kind of see that, Joseph. It just depends, right? It depends on where you think this one's extended at. I think that $11 looks like an interesting level to see if it breaks. Obviously, the high of pre-market looks interesting, but I think that is a pretty big level to reach, and I don't necessarily think it's going to get up there. Of course, it might, but for CRON, I don't know. We'll see. You got to see, this is a big gap up on the daily chart as well, and if you look at the big levels on the daily chart, one of them is $12. That's a big level on the daily chart. Another one is 11.30s. You're probably 11 maybe, right there. 11's a big level. 12. So the whole dollars are what I'm watching really for this one.
Yep. Downside risk in this one is 930s, guys.
Yep, 9.35.
Yep, needs a hold there.
All right, guys, and remember, we day trade live on stream for free every weekday morning. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell. Today, let's shoot for, let's see how many subs we've got today already. All right, so today we've already gotten about 8 subs. So let's shoot for 30 subs today. So we need 22 more. So hit the subscribe button. We day trade the open for free every weekday morning. We're not experts. We're not gurus. We just teach you guys what we've learned along the way and let you guys watch us day trade the open for free. And so hit the subscribe button. If you click the bell, it turns on notifications and you'll get an alert every time we go live. And so don't forget to do that as well, team. All right, guys, we got 8 minutes left. A little bit less than 8 minutes. All right, team. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it, sir. Appreciate the sub, Amaya. Welcome to the team. Appreciate that as well. Yeah, hit the like button. I don't know how many likes we got right now. It's showing me 2, but I'm pretty sure we got more than that. Yeah, we've got 23. So let's shoot for, what, 75 likes again. I know yesterday we shot for 75, and we ended up getting 76 likes. So hit that like button as well, team. SON. It just depends. Like, again, my stats are showing me that obviously as a short bias trader, I do a lot better in bearish markets when the market is falling down. But I can't be so rigid to where I have to short always, because sometimes the market's just not going to be favorable for shorts. And as you can see by my stats, even though I was still able to have like a gross profit green graph, I was still down. I'm probably down slightly in net profit, and I think that I have to be less rigid in that. And I think that when the market is not favorable and it's moving up and it's squeezing up, I should probably stay away for shorts, look more so for longs. And I think that's probably a very self-evident thing that I've just been stubborn with. Hey, appreciate the sub. Let's see who we got. Appreciate the sub. Tim, what's up, brother? Amin, appreciate the sub, guys. Welcome to the team. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button if you want to support us. We got 6 minutes until the open. Let's do it. No, TEFs, no options trading for TEFs. Yeah, TEFs is strictly just day trading stocks. Yeah, man, for sure. Coffee's super necessary. Can you believe less than a year ago I did not drink coffee ever? Like I did not drink coffee in the mornings at all. All my life I've never had to drink coffee in the mornings until less than a year ago I started. If you want me to be completely honest though about it, it's actually it's actually worse, I think. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, team. Let's do it. Five minutes, crew. All right. So, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, I love coffee now. I mean, honestly, it's probably a little bit. My overall life is probably a little less consistent, though. You know, like now it's like I have like, I'm like super energetic in the mornings, and then in the afternoons I'm kind of dull and tired, and I got to keep drinking coffee. And so in that aspect I don't really like. SON looks okay. Not the most volume here. we'll look at PAGS. Again, I'm watching PAGS pretty closely here. I think this one's interesting. It just depends on what the market does, though. But if we can get some VWAP bounces, again, the big level that I'm really going to be watching for a lot of these guys is I'm going to be watching the previous day's closing price with a lot of these. I think I can use that as a reward target. I could use that as a risk level if it's below me. And, I think that I can use it as a risk level. It's above me if it's above me as well. And so that's really what I'm going to be watching here is the previous day's close. That's kind of what I did yesterday with my other trade. I can't remember the name of the stock I got into yesterday, but that's what I did is I used the previous close as my risk, and it held very, very solidly. So we'll see what happens, but that's kind of the plan for today. Hey, appreciate it, Harold. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. What's up, Too Fast? What's up, bro? All right, so
guys, a big price point for me today. I'm gonna be watching CGC to see if it can get above 21s. If it can't get above 21s, I can also look for a short in the stock.
yeah, CGC doesn't look bad. I'm gonna watch that. I think it depends on the cannabis sector as well, but I have that one on my list too. CGC at CRON. I think everybody's gonna be trading CRON today, but I like the CGC levels. I think it's got a few tops at 2075. Right around 2070, 2075 looks okay. Let's see how many of these. Again, if we look at my account, I lost about $13 after commissions yesterday. But, oh wait, here, let me get this ready. My bad, guys. There we go. And like I said, guys, what's your main watch today, team? What's your main watch? Like I said, I think mine is PAGS CRON. What was the other one? I know I was watching another one too. Netflix and probably CGC too, I guess.
It's impressive that most people don't know what's moving CRON.
Yeah, man. Mitch the Wise over there. He knew. I honestly.
I mean,
nobody knew.
I was looking at it about a week ago about the same catalyst coming into the market.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important, guys. Know your catalyst. Know if something's coming out in the future, especially something like product releases, FDA approvals. What else? Rumors, buyout rumors,
earnings,
earnings, stuff like that. Especially when there's an old saying in trading that says to buy the rumor,
sell the news.
Sell the news.
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to be looking here, guys. The rumor was that the stocks were going to get the pop. If you should have been in at least, let's say, for like a long-term trade, you would have been in before. So that's what I'm going to look for today. I'm going to see if we are too late in CRON, and that was the bounce.
All right, there's the bell. All right, so we got AMD
Netflix dropping.
Yeah.
Netflix dropping there. Got to look to see if it's going to hold 300, guys. 305 is a big time support for it. Let's see what happens there.
Roku actually just dropped down. When I last looked at Roku, it was up, but it has since dropped down some. Let me see what the market's doing. Is the market down?
Big spike.
No, the market's not down.
Yeah, no, the market's holding up. Important price point for the market's yesterday's close or low, which is at 298. So let's see if we crack 298 today, guys, on the downside. Netflix going down faster.
Yep. CRON down too. CRON down. AMD up. CGC down slightly. PAGS down. HEPA down. AMD's up. Market's slightly up.
Yep. I'm telling you, I get a little. I miss my VWAP sometimes.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like it's like I said. I think if we go back and look at our stats, man, I think that what we've gotten caught in is that we've been trading VWAP fades in a bullish market since October 3rd. I say if you look at our it makes perfect sense because if we look at my stats, I didn't have one losing day from when the market started to go bearish until it stopped going bearish on October 2nd. I didn't have one losing day in gross profits, and I think that is going to be a big I think that is what's influencing us. And I think if we traded VWAP bounce. VWAP bounces more than fades during that time, it would have worked out a little bit better.
Yep.
But hindsight's 2020, you know. There goes CRON, big drop. And so hey, maybe I'll look for a fade. Market's pulling up though, so again, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, this is where I want to see if there's going to be some bag buyers in CRON at $10 here.
I'm looking at CGC too.
Yep. Right here at
Again,
10
though,
should be the hold.
What I'm gonna do here, though, guys, is I'm gonna trade small again at the open, and I'm gonna trade bigger later on in the day because again, my biggest mistakes have been at the open, or my worst trading has been at the open. Netflix pulling back to the VWAP, but it's a little bit high for me with the VWAP.
You can look at BBBY, drop there from 1240s down to 1220s. Heavy resistance in the 1240s and 1250s.
Yes, I've heard of Quest Trade crafting. And just let me give you guys some tips, guys. If we're right in the middle of trading, if we're right at the open and we're trading, we're not gonna have time to answer a bunch of questions. And so just try to be patient and wait for us to either be finished trading. But yeah, especially within the first 5 minutes of the day when we're kind of watching, we're not gonna be able to answer many questions. But yeah, I've heard of Quest Trade. Haven't heard of it much lately yet, but I've heard of it. There goes Netflix. Netflix just broke highs, put a washout long.
Wanted to keep an eye on it. Just looking for it to go. It still hasn't crossed.
Roku bullish. PAGS looking weak, just broke lows. I might look at CGC with like a 62 risk. CRON is just continuing to just tank. I don't know if we're going to get the pullback in CGC. But yeah, Netflix is squeezing. Ford, F-O-R-D. Just ripped up. I think it's halted now. No, it's not. But Ford ripped up. It's popping up on my scanners here. AMD reversed. Tesla ripping up some. I might look at AMD if it can bounce back there, but again, I'm just going to be trading it small for now. And the SPY reverse too, which should be good. Let's see. I could use a risk of like 35. I'll take a few hundred shares here. Doesn't look like we're going to get the move though. But yeah, there's the market reversing. Market just broke lows. It's down to 299.50s. Big drop underneath the VWAP. So market just dropped. Team. All right, so here's here's Netflix pulling back to the VWAP, where it was also the opening range high right here. There's CGC. I might miss it. It's kind of moving quick. Jump in with 100 shares of CGC here. Small position.
Remember, relax, stay calm.
Yeah.
Small positions early,
Yep.
bigger positions later.
Yep. Just a small trade. I'm not super worried about it. I might lose like $15 on it, but we're gonna trade small for now.
You're just trying to find trend right now.
Yep.
And then once you find trend, then you can worry about sizing.
I'm also gonna be trading this a one and done trade. Like it's gonna be like I'm not gonna scale out with 100 shares. I'm just gonna get in and out.
Nail it.
Yep. Beautiful fade though. Perfect fade with 100 shares.
Right. Let's find something nice here. All right. One of the things I look for, guys, is I have a scanner market watch list from Trade Ideas that helps me look at the change before pre-market and then the open change. So I really like to see stocks that kind of reverse their trend. Stocks that were bullish at the open and now are bear, or stocks that were bear and now are bullish.
There's a quick little scalp for $17 on AMD. Remember, guys, I'm just trading small right now. Not taking any huge risks. Avoided this big move, which I'm happy for. Look at this big squeeze up. I don't usually take trades this early either, so I think that's okay. I could add back to it. I'm also looking at AMD, but the market is kind of bouncing up a little bit here. So,
all right, guys, looks like Netflix is heading down towards that 300. I'm going to keep an eye on it and wait for it to reverse back. See if it can get back above 309s. 309s will be that kind of shift in momentum, and the bulls will be back.
Look at CRON just get hammered today.
Yeah, I expected that drop. Remember we talked about this area right here in pre-market? That 35s?
Yep.
That 9? Yep. That's what happened. Just went right back down to the support.
Yep.
That's all it was. Clearly stated level of support here in pre-market, but a lot of traders get what? They get too happy staring at that 11. They're thinking too much about a breakage of whole dollar, and they're buying way too much on what we call the opening gap. They're just literally buying the gap and go strategy, and I think that's one of the least consistent strategies there is out there, especially one that's promoted.
Yeah, for sure. I think that if you look at statistics on charts with stocks, most times stocks fail after gap ups. They don't actually push up. And I think new traders see big gap ups and they say, "Oh, strength. Look how strong it is. It's got to go up. It's got to go up." And a lot of times that's actually due to them being new, but it's also due to the fact that they can only trade long as a new trader. A lot of times new traders can't short because they need margin accounts and stuff like that. And so with that, they naturally swing more long bias with it. And it kind of makes sense, and I can't fault them for it. But I think if you look at charts, most of the time gaps fail. That's kind of a vague, statement though. So sometimes it depends on the price range, the sector, the niche. That's all going to be, relevant as well. PAGS moving back up to the VWAP here. What's the range in this one? I could short it. I like the resistance here at 70, but maybe look for a fake out fade. Looks more interesting there. And yeah, guys, we got over 300 people here. Remember to hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We day trade the open live for free every weekday morning on YouTube. And so if you want to see what it's actually like, we don't sell a course. We're not experts. We're not gurus. We just let you watch us trade for free. And so if you want to see what it's actually like day trading the market, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this every day, rarely missing a day. Like I said, our goal for today is 30 subs. We've already had 8 or 9. Let's see. Probably got more than that now, really. Yeah, we've already had 12, 13. We need about 16 more. About halfway there. LLNW Parabolic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is parabolic. Let's see. I wouldn't consider this parabolic. I mean, it's up. What is it? It's up less than 25%.
Yeah.
Oh, it's up 33%, 30%. But it's not. I wouldn't consider this parabolic. Parabolic. The big thing that really identifies parabolic is the parabolic curve, right? And which is a curve that goes this way, right? If you see a curve that looks like this, it's hard to explain. You see a curve that goes like this. Technically, it's not parabolic. You have to see the parabolic curve.
All right, there you go, guys. Netflix stocking that 300 there.
Tesla got rejected too. SPY is choppy sideways today. Teams to be careful. Appreciate the sub, Rick. Hey, what's up, Rick? Are you the Rick? The OG Rick? I don't think you are. You might be. What's up, Rick? What's the symbol? Is that the symbol? Netflix, we'll see. I mean, if Netflix bounces back to 305, it could get interesting. Look at the market get rejected here, though. So the market looked like it may start reversing, and then just a big pullback here. Look at this. Looks like a fake out fade on the SPY in general. But yeah, there's the market. We'll see what happens here, but I think we're going to start seeing some drops. I think this looks weak, and I think it's going to come back down to the lows. Although I might be wrong. It could shoot up. I just think it's probably going to come back, but who knows? You know, I never really know. I'm not an expert. The market could do anything here.
I was about to put the house on it, man.
Hey, man, you know, don't buy your Lambo today. Buy it tomorrow, bro. Come on now, man.
All right, guys. Big drop in Disney out the open, guys. This was what we got here. $1.20 move, $1.20, something like that. A big drop there. Let's see if we can get back up there to 132. That's going to be the bounce area. If we can't get back above there, might be looking for some shorts today. I'm looking at the bigger stocks. I'm seeing them stutter out here at the open. The real key, guys, is going to be if the SPY really wants to crack down. Because if we're going to get a crackdown in the SPY, it's going to be a big one, I think. I think everyone's looking bullish. Everyone's looking for us to break out. So a pullback just is giving buying opportunities, not really shorting opportunities here. So definitely be careful, guys, with spikes ups. I think you got to wait for big, heavy support to be broken, or unless you see heavy volume, because at least all the stocks that I'm seeing, yeah, they're coming right back down, but they're going to supports.
Hey, man, there goes
getting some volume.
There goes the SPY, man. The SPY just ripped up. Maybe I was wrong. You know, like I said, I really don't know. You know, I thought it was below the VWAP, but this move now looks bullish for sure. Look at this, breaking highs. It could be choppy. I told you,
it's buying opportunities. The bigger buyers right now are all bullish. That's what I can at least say. I can clearly state that. The bigger buyers, the bigger investors are bullish right now in the market. They're expecting to see a 300 break, but that's going to be up to them to see if they can get it up there through that 300 today. Seeing a big pop back in Disney. Let's see if it rips through that 132. These moves are hard to read when the stock goes down $1 and bounces up $1.
Yeah, there goes the market. The big thing here, guys, is pulling up to that 300 level, and that's a big, huge psychological level. And so we'll see if it breaks it. We'll see if it gets rejected there. I could see either one. Who knows? But again, if it does break 300, it could hold that level of support. And the lifetime highs for the market are... The lifetime high is at 302.63. And so that could get interesting. Netflix ended up washing down, though. Still waiting. Only in one trade today. One small win. But again, I think with small size, I need to stop scaling out as much as well. I think that's big. AMD up to the VWAP. Maybe I'll consider shorting it here. But again, with the market pushing up, I think I'll wait. Here, hold on, team. All right, so AMD had a beautiful fade. I'm kind of bummed out I missed it. Nice, James. Hey, congrats, brother.
All right, squeeze to the highs there, guys, on the SPY.
Netflix breaking lows. AMD's right back up there. I could consider shorting it. We'll see. Gonna wait for it. I'm trying to be patient here. AMD's up there, but with the market pushing up and breaking 300, I'm just gonna kind of wait. I'm not gonna short anything right now. Market's just too bullish for it. Steel. What is Steel X, right? Roku as well, and it's funny because it's like a lot of times like the market right now, especially the market's pushing up, but most of the stocks I'm watching are down, which is very interesting. At least the SPY is up, but most of the stocks I'm watching are down, and that could mean a few different things. So maybe the SPY is getting propped up by, one specific stock that I'm missing here. A BIMI popping up on my list. AMD squeezing up, so probably a good thing why I shouldn't have, on why I didn't take that one. Again, market's at 300. Unless the market starts to break under 300 and that level might be able to hold as resistance, I just got to kind of leave it alone. Hey guys, I'm trying to trade while my 1-week-old baby sleeps on my stomach. Hey, good luck with that, man. Hey, as a dad, I understand that for sure. NTNX. Yeah, I was watching NTNX. What do I think about T? What is that? AT&T, right? It's down. It might pull back some. Again, though, I don't think I'm going to short anything right now. Even though the market is looking really bearish in general, like I think Mitch said that earlier, even though the market is looking very bearish in general, the SPY itself is up. So the SPY itself is moving up and broke 300. The lifetime highs are at like 302. So we still got a little bit of ways, but everything else is down, believe it or not. Roku squeezing up. But again, that's one of the reasons why I don't think I'm necessarily going to target fades right now, just because of how the market is acting, you know. NTNX. Netflix is down too. There goes CGC. Maybe if it could be a fake out fade here on CGC. We'll see. NTNX looks all right. It's moving up some. I don't think that one's tradable. Let me check. Oh, it is tradable. So NTNX is tradable. So I'll watch that one too. Now with CGC, if we get a bounce up to 2040, since it's a cannabis stock and not really super related to the overall market, I could consider a VWAP fake out fade here. With the risk of 2057, we do have two confirmations at 2057 there. Ugh, there's the bounce up to 2040 and I just missed it. Had my shot. Spread's a little worse though. Tesla for the fake out fade too. Waiting for a possible bounce up in CGC for a fake out fade. We'll see. Again, that's the only one I feel comfortable enough shorting because wheat stocks are moving up. CGC's down. CRON's down. Let's see. ACB is probably down. Yeah, ACB's down on the day. What's the other one? NBEV. NBEV's down. What I'm saying, though, I'm not saying they're down since yesterday. I'm saying since the bell, they're down. They're all down. You know, there goes CGC. I just missed my entry with it, but there's the drop I was trying. Again, here, look, this is the entry I was trying to get right here. 2040. And I just missed this little bounce up. And I could short it again to it. But since the bell, probably because the cannabis sector overall was a little extended. Most of these stocks are down since the bell rang. What's up, bro? TSM. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? It happens, man. It happens, brother. All right, there's the move on CGC. I could take 100 shares here. I'll take 100 and just mess with it on CGC. We'll see. Small trade. Not trying to go crazy with it. We'll see what we get. But it's just a fake out fade. Give myself a very tight risk of like 57. So I'm keeping the day about break even if this one goes against me, which is fine either way. We just need the drop and we need it to flush down a little bit more. There's 33s, 32s. Again, I'm just gonna be in and out of these. I'm not gonna scale out of these anymore with these cannabis stocks. I don't think that's the right move. I think that if I'm taking 100 shares, I need to just be in and out and not try to like, you know, scale out and just burn up commissions with small saws like this. 27. I'll give it one more second here. Just scalping in a little bit for now. Building up a little bit of profit on the day. I'll try to hold the rest break even maybe. And just get out if it goes back up. I mean, I could scale out, but I don't think that's reasonable here. $28s. Nice little fake out fade though there. We'll just give it some time. 27s. We just want to see a breakdown down to like 20. The 25 level is also like the $0.25, and so that might hold some sway. If this thing bounces up, though, it could bounce up quick, and so I'm just going to hold the rest for break even just to kind of manage my emotions a little bit better, I think. We could get a bounce here, I think. Yeah, there's the bounce. I could add to it too, but I think I'm just gonna stick with it and keep the rest break even or so. I called out the bounce. At least I was right about that. Honestly, I kind of got to go to the bathroom too. And so I might just jump out of this one and let Mitch hold it down once I'm out of this one. If it does break me, break out on the upside. I don't mind it here until it really starts to break 39. Fours. All right, there's 39s, 40s. I could have taken profits. Maybe I should have scaled out and just kept it break even, but with 100 shares, I'm just trading it pretty small. There's 37s. All right, there's 43s. I'll let this one squeeze up too much. man, I've been talking to myself with no sound. I just realized. Oh, sorry guys. Tyrell, are you doing that on a live account or is it still paper? Because you've been killing it lately, man. I hope it's I hope it's a live account. But even if it's just paper, man, you're still doing awesome, brother.
Let's see if we can get the cross here at CGC. Still waiting to see it.
Yeah, I tried trading that one for a fade. I traded it once earlier, but I think that's the only stock I've traded. So, but kind of break even. If we look at it, it's still kind of sideways for the last few days, but it does have an upward trend line, so it might be good for your cross too. What else we got?
Yeah, the key here, guys, I'm seeing a bunch of bag buyers at 2030s and 38s here. They started buying it up at 27s, and then they bought up some more here at 38s. So that 30 is going to be very important. That 2030 shouldn't really see it get below that again. Got to wait for it to swing across, though. It needs to break through that 2040s, break through the 2050s, and then the cross should happen. I'll look for a move back up there towards that 2077 or 2075 and then 21.
I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for some good setups here. I could get CGC, but especially if Mitch is considering it for the crossover on the upside, I might just kind of hang out and just wait and see what else we could find, especially with the market being bullish today as well.
Yeah, the only one I would probably see is maybe like CRON because it gapped up so much, but these other ones, they actually, if you look a little bit further out, we could get a move towards 20. That's the support. That's the big time support. But I'm expecting some lift to come into these stocks just because of the kind of amount of buying that you're seeing here at the 20s. And then also the catalyst in the market is a bullish catalyst. And the market's up. I know cannabis doesn't always follow. We can clearly state that because we watch it almost on an everyday basis. The correlation isn't as high with the market as, let's say, a stock like Square or Disney or Netflix even. They're not as correlated with the market. But we are definitely seeing some kind of bag buying here in the 20s and 30s, and that's the prior resistance from yesterday. Actually, it's the prior resistance from Tuesday. That's the day.
Ah, there it goes. It dropped. All right, Irana. Yeah, I mean, there's a big difference, but it doesn't matter. Like, if Tyrell is finding a strategy that works for him, we can't. I mean, he's doing what he's got to do. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about paper trading for sure. Do you have a minimum required risk to reward ratio? If so, what is it? It's usually 2-to-1. Reward to risk. Reward to risk. Now that doesn't mean that I'll always do it, but that's what I strive for in the market is 2-to-1 at least. You know, I'm just kind of hanging out right now though. We'll see what we can find. I'm not, I'm still up in gross profits. I'm probably about break even, maybe slightly up in net because I took both of those trades. I'm probably up like $5 on the day right now, but that's fine. In the end, I'm just trying to take it slow. We'll see what we can find today and not taking any kind of crazy risks.
Right. I think here's going to be the important price point. I want to see volume jump in to CGC as it approaches the VWAP here, breaks out. I'm not sure where the VWAP is. Where do you have your VWAP, John, for CGC?
It's at 2039.
39? Okay,
Yeah.
that's right where my 50 EMA is. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny. That's my line to determine bearish and bullish, and that's your line to determine bearish and bullish.
Right. And we could use it for the same thing, man. Like I said, if CGC doesn't look bad, it faked me out. And this is my biggest issue with how I've been trading, right? Like this is the truth with how I've been trading. One of the biggest problems with my trading is that I'll give myself a risk before I get into the trade. I'll give myself a risk before I get into the trade. And then I will change that risk after I get into the trade. Like I did the exact same thing with CGC here. Remember, guys, where was the risk I originally gave myself with CGC? It was right here at 2058. Right? If that was my risk, then I would still be in this trade and I would still be at the bottom of the range here. I could have probably taken profits already. But in the end, I changed my risk. We are getting the market bounce up here. The SPY in general is testing highs of the day. And I would look for some VWAP bounces today, but everything is down with the SPY being up. But yeah, there's the break of the high of the day in the market. It's up to 322s. 322s looks really strong. CCS, 3 white soldiers. What? Yeah, that's the one Mitch was talking about yesterday, right? Something like that. HEPA is where it's at. HEPA. HEPA's just sideways. I mean, it might break out here. But up until now, it's been sideways. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. It's got a bunch of wicks right here at 367, which makes that low very interesting. But until it does anything significant there, I'm just going to ignore that. It's a specific strategy, I think. Mitch would know. Mitch knows, I think.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just watching CGC turn down there to support.
Here, somebody's
Maybe
asking.
we should have got the bid on there, but we can't really know. The support's right down there, so it never really critically cracks support.
Yeah.
But someone's asking about the 3 white soldiers or the green.
Yep.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Clay is actually 100% right. White or green, whatever color you use. I actually used to trade in black and white. Just a tip out there, guys. When I was a fresh trader, I got this tip that sometimes color can actually cause emotion. And with green and red candles, a lot of us associate green with,
Good.
green, like we're making money, and red with bad, and that things are negative.
Yep.
And so if you're a trader that thinks that way, it might be actually good to change colors. Go black and white. See white, green candles and dark black for the red candles.
There goes
And I think that
HEPA.
that works really well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of good traders, like big time traders, do that as well. There goes HEPA. I'm in PAGS with the small size though. Look at APHA or HEPA here, just ripping up. Look at this.
I can tell you, traders, that at least it helps you focus on the pattern.
Look at that move, man. Crazy move here. For HEPA. Yeah, somebody called it out. Nice work, whoever did. Yeah, like I said, I'm in PAGS here. Gonna give myself a tight risk. Yeah, man.
That HEPA.
That HEPA filter.
Don't catch it. Don't catch it.
I think of air filters when I hear HEPA.
Oh, I feel like it's something that I should not catch.
We'll see what happens, man. The SPY is still looking strong. I think that $300 level is interesting for the SPY here.
Oh, I'm remembering the old one. You remember to catch that plague?
Oh, the plague. Yeah,
the plague. The plague. Where's the plague now?
I don't know. Probably the plague's probably dead, I'm guessing.
Oh, the plague's coming back.
It's
man.
alive. It's just no volume.
It's coming back.
It's boring.
It's coming
but it's
back.
There. Yeah, it's there.
Who knows, man? Maybe we just found out a little secret. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one next couple of days.
I'm looking at NBEV here too. NBEV had a crazy move yesterday.
The plague.
The plague, man. There it is. All right, so I'm in PAGS here. This is when I was watching at the open. It had a nice gap up for me to short into. Now we'll see what happens. You know, I'm trading these very small and not really gonna take big sizing until really. I'm getting closer to take big sizing. I will say that I'm getting closer there, but it just depends on what the trade is. I like this risk up here at 60, at really around 66.
Interesting one is AMD. I went setting up for either a nice crackdown here or breakout through the 3130s. Could fake out to maybe 3131, but it's interesting, at least. It's pretty much a one-to-one trade on there right now at this moment, but one that could be a good trade.
Yeah, for sure.
At least it's holding a pattern.
Right.
You can draw a clear trend line on that one.
Right. Let me see. There's this level here at 60. Gonna get a move up here, up to the 53 level. It looks like.
All right, guys, trying to see a cross in the cannabis sector. Watching APHA, ACB looks like the closest one right now to it. We're not seeing volume come in there.
All right, so here's the $50. I could add a little bit here for PAGS, and then just risk off of 60 for a 10-cent risk. I'm about break even in this trade right now, but it's just about whether I want to risk that or not. I think if we get a move under the $50, I'll consider it. Just depends on how the following action happens. If it stays above the VWAP or below the VWAP, I like it a little bit more. I'm also looking at NBEV here.
Oh, the
Old
NBEV.
school, man. Yeah, man. Old
the
school.
NBEV.
You know, yeah. Cannabis infused drink company is NBEV. That's what it is. That's what I remember it to be, at least. They might have changed since then. Who knows? I know they said they were getting into blockchain for a little bit. But, yeah, we'll see. HEPA here.
Up there now to 5.
Up. Yeah, HEPA is still moving, still running. Big moves. Also, guys, go check out Trade Ideas. Best scanners in the game. If you're looking to get some solid day trading scanners, I think Trade Ideas are the best choice. You can use my promo code and get 15% off. And I think if you look at all the top traders, a large majority of them are using Trade Ideas. And so if you want to use the same scanners as us, I'll post this link here. Go check them out. I guess I'll add another 100 here, just because it's still a very small trade for PAGS, and I'll just give it a little bit of time. Only in with 200 shares now. Gonna give it a second here. I'm watching the level 2 as well. The bid's at 47 now, which is better than it was. We'll see if we get the flush down here. Keeping my risk pretty tight regardless, though. It's like a 10-cent risk. I might lose like 20 bucks. Alright, there goes NBEV squeezing up. I was looking at it, but the volume kind of slowed, and then we got a spike, so we'll see. I still got the Pokemon song stuck in my head, by the way. Yeah. Alright, there's 45s. Much better for PAGS here, PAGS. I don't know Red Clay. I'll have to check it out. I've never used it. Goal here is 20s. Goal here is, yeah, around 20s. Maybe the low of the day at 40 would be interesting if we did get that breakdown. I think if it pivots down there, it's going to move down to at least the 20 level. So we'll give it that time.
Interesting stock moving today, Roku. Definitely interesting there on that triple top.
There's the rip up on PAGS. Back down. Let's hope that $half holds as resistance, but it looks like it's about to squeeze up here. I just gotta watch the level 2. If the ask gets up there, it could get up there quick. Yeah, there's the 33s. I don't mind NBEV here. It's just the spread's not that bad really either. Let me pull this up so I can trade two at once if I need to, since this is pretty small size anyway. CRON just never gave us that pullback. NBEV here, on the other hand, the only reason I'm a little bit more hesitant of NBEV is like the potential for a squeeze in it. I think the potential for a squeeze is much bigger in NBEV, and that's the biggest concerning factor of it. I don't mind kind of sizing into this one a little bit more as well for PAGS. Figure out what my risk would be for NBEV if I took it. I like my risk here, which is just at 60. But yeah, guys, like I said, you guys see me keeping it pretty break even towards the for the first hour or so of the open, just because that's not what I've been doing the best with is later on in the day. Alright, I'm going to give myself a risk, and I got to go to the bathroom. Maybe this is a bad idea, but let's say 40, 62. 10-cent risk. What's my average? Average is 46. Oh, that's a little bit worse. Maybe I'll make it 40, 60. I guess that's about reasonable. I guess that's right. Alright. I'm going to go to the restroom, guys. I'll be back. Looks like I might get squeezed up here. If I get stopped out, I'm going to be mad. But we'll see what happens.
Looks like we're getting some good drops here. Let's see the SPY. It ripped up above 300. Tried to break out twice. Now pulling back towards the supports here. There's a support here at 299.77s. And then there's another support right underneath it in the 60s with a downward trend line. Let's see if that can hold there and get some volume and recollect and break 300. If not, head towards 299. And that's really the key. We got to start breaking down big time if we're going to break down. I think we're just getting another buying opportunity here. Some nice pullbacks towards support on a lot of stocks. The one that impressed me the most today is Netflix. Netflix is tanking, guys. I mean, when you think about it, this had a move up from 290 to a high of almost 319. Pulled back towards the open, towards 306. So down already $13. And then from 306 already down there towards 290s. So we're talking another $16 down. Big moves down there. There you go, guys. HEPA holding there 480s and breaking out through the 5 there. Now up there to 540s. Big move on that HEPA. You guys definitely seeing some penny stocks get some momentum again, guys. It's December. It's October, end of the year. Usually we get a heat up, and it looks like we're getting that. Ooh, no borrows. I know the life, Gifford. I'm telling you, shorters make their money. There's a reason why there's borrow fees anyways. Brokers don't want you to short. They know the deal. It's always said that kind of moves ups are usually kind of staircasing on the way up. But when the move down happens, it's usually what we call an elevator move or big down moves. And that's why people have a tendency of moving towards short. But the big thing about shorting is that you can get squeezed. And squeezes happen big and fast. And so the real key is always knowing the opposite side. I think that's important. I mean, I don't think there's any one way to trade, but you got to know both sides.
Yeah, there goes the market breaking under 300.
What
Yeah,
are standard borrowing fees? Well, to tell you the truth, John Ray, they're going to really depend on the stock itself. Like I've heard Beyond Meat, it's almost impossible to make money on that stock right now, shorting. I think it's going to keep going down, but it's almost impossible because I heard the borrows are sometimes costing people more than 120% the stock.
Yeah, it's usually at least 3%. And sometimes they tack on more. It just depends on the platform itself.
Yeah, it depends, and also on the stock.
Yeah.
If there's not that many shares too short, then you can expect to pay more for the shorts.
Right.
Certain stocks that have low float are near impossible. You just can't even short them.
Yeah, and the common saying that I like about shorting stocks is that that fear is a stronger emotion than hope is, right? And so you're going to get drops much quicker with a lot of shorts. And I think that's just kind of part of trading in
One
general.
that's dropping big, guys, to keep an eye on to see how big it's going to drop today. AVYA. The stock that one was running with also dropping big today. RNG. So you guys can watch that for continuous moves. I know it's started to get heavy today as it looked like it was going to break out yesterday after 12, but didn't break out today over the 1280s and really rejected from that price point.
And yeah, team, like I said, hit that subscribe button. We got like 10 more subscribers until we break 4,200 subscribers. And so hit that subscribe button, team. Help us grow. If you appreciate this content, we put this all out here for free. We're not experts or gurus here, and we put it all out there for free. And so if you appreciate what we do here, help support us, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. Again, we go live every single weekday morning for free on YouTube. And so hit the subscribe button if you can. Definitely help support us. Again, our goal for likes today is 75 likes. Yesterday, we did break through that. Let's see what we're at now. We are at 49 likes. We need 26 more likes to break our 75 like goal. So let's do it, guys.
Hit it, guys. Hit it.
What is the commission on each trade on the TradeNet platform? It's 0.006 cents per share, plus fees. And so it depends on the size you're taking. If you're taking small size, like less than 400 shares, for a round trip, it's like $5. And that's one of the benefits, is that you can take, I can take these 200 shares. My commission for this trade is going to be like $5. And so it's going to be nothing. And that's one of the hugest benefits to using them. And with that, if anybody does want to use the platform we use, again, the basic way it works is it allows traders to day trade with no PDT rule and actually be able to short stocks. And that's the biggest benefit, because you can actually short on there. And so it operates like a prop firm. Once you're approved for the funded account program, the base package is $3.99. That comes with $14,000 in buying power to trade with. No PDT rule. You can day trade and short stocks as much as you want. It also comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with. And I think that bundle makes a ton of sense. It's one of the ways new traders can get started for cheap. There is a max loss of 700, and so if you go under 13,300, they close you down with their base package. And then there is a profit split of 70-30, but it's only taken out of profits. And like I said, I think that makes a ton of sense. You get a lot of buying power. You can short stocks with no PDT rule and day trade as much as you want. And I think that's a very, very rare thing for new traders to have. And so again, if you want to check that out, I'll post this link. Hold on. Okay, so I'm getting a really nice move here, and I'll scale out of 100 shares. All right, I just jumped out of 100 there on PAGS. We finally got the drop that I was looking for. Beautiful drop. So we got the rejection there. We're going to give it a little bit more time here, but we've already milked most of this. We'll keep going here, though. I don't mind adding it back at the top. It's $3.99 actually, Joe. But so think about it like this, right? Most traders are going to lose these accounts, But at the end, you have to understand that it operates like a prop firm. Like, this is the same thing prop firms do, right? They give traders a certain amount of buying power. They give them a max loss, and so your max loss is 700. And then there's a profit split, and so they're going to keep they're going to keep 30% of the profit you make. And so it's kind of like partnering with them, like a prop firm would be. Like, that's basically what it is. And so. But in the end, it's like this. I think most new traders are going to lose their account regardless of where they go. And I think that a lot of times new traders will save up thousands, deposit thousands into a regular conventional broker. And then let's be real. Most of the time, new traders are going to lose that. Like, let's just be honest here. And so I think TEFs and TradeNet is just a much cheaper way to do it. If you lose your TradeNet account, you're losing $3.99 that you pay for it. But instead of the thousands that a new trader generally would with a regular account. And so I think if you think about it in that aspect, I think it makes a lot of sense. So we got an immediate bounce back. I'm glad I took profits first here for PAGS, and I'm just going to hold this and let it work. It's such a small trade, it doesn't make sense. But the reason I don't switch to TD or Schwab is because I'll still have to follow the PDT rule. I honestly, I've had a lot of people that are like, how are you still trading on a broker that charges commissions? It's like, look, if you want to day trade with less than 25K, you're going to have to pay commissions. No PDT platforms let you day trade without commissions. None of them. SureTrader charges you commissions. TEFs and TradeNet charges you commissions. UStockTrade charges you commissions. No matter where you go, if you're trying to day trade with less than 25K in your account, you're going to have to pay commissions on those trades. No matter where you go. Of course, I want them to stop charging commissions as well, but I can't have an unrealistic expectation with it. If I don't have 25K to trade with, you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably going to have to pay commissions for my trades. I can't have my cake and eat it too. It's just, it is what it is. We'll see if they ever stop charging commissions. But again, y'all are talking about U.S. regulated platforms. And I'm talking about day trading with no PDT rule. And so there's a difference, you know. Thinkorswim's great. You know, all the US regulated platforms are great. But again, you're only going to be able to actively day trade 3 times per week if you have less than 25K in your account. Even if you use a cash account, you're still going to have to follow the T2 rule. And so you're going to have to wait 2 days after each and every trade you get into for those funds to be settled back into your account. And that's going to severely restrict your day trading ability. And so again, you know, it's great that everybody gets free commissions, but in the end, you're still not going to be able to day trade. You'll be able to day trade, just not that much, you know. Right, and that's it though. You can day trade 3 times per week. Right, exactly. But I trade substantially more than that. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here with PAGS. I'm only holding half of my initial position here. Yeah, that's just too much work, Joe. Like I said, commissions are very cheap on TEFs. Like I said, if I buy less than 300 shares, my commission for an entire round trip is like $5. I think that makes a lot of sense. I can day trade on a good platform with no PDT rule, and I can actually short stocks, which is the biggest thing. Right, like even on TD Ameritrade with free commissions, or E-Trade or Robinhood or wherever you go, you're still not going to be able to short anything. And I'm a short bias trader. I'm shorting right now, as a matter of fact. And so I'm still not going to be able to short anything, guys. And like, you got to think of it from that aspect as well. Like, I want to short. You know, I want to day trade with no PDT rule, and I want to short, and this is the best option, the cheapest option for me. You know, it is what it is. All right, I'm hanging out here, up around $40 on the day. Getting a little bit of time, see if it breaks under this 20 level right here. At least it gets down to that 20 level. If it can get down there, I'll take another half off and then add back when any bounces back. But we just want to see it down here to 20, which it may or may not do. We break 40, I'm going to take another half off too. Right. Again, I mean, like I said, people can't have unrealistic expectations for platforms. I mean, in the end, there's going to be pros and cons to everything. Of course, if you go to TD Ameritrade, or if you go to E-Trade, if you go to any of those, you're going to be able to trade without commissions, but you're also not going to be able to day trade actively. You're not going to be able to get your funds settled immediately into your account. You know what I mean? And so, in the end, every platform has their pros and cons. And one of the benefits and pros to using TEFs, like I'm doing, is that I can day trade as much as I want. I can short stocks as much as I want. I can short same day IPOs with this. I can have a high quality platform for all of it, and it's pretty cheap to just operate in general. Commissions are pretty cheap, and so I think those pros outweigh every other option for me right now. You know. SureTrader account, any advice? My advice to you, if you're using SureTrader, is don't play for their desktop platform. It's like way too expensive. It's going to be like $200 plus. I would just use the web-based platform if I was using SureTrader, because the desktop platform with level 2 is going to cost $200 plus a month. Just ridiculous, you know. That's just my speculation. Honestly, not 100% how much it costs. Pure speculation, you know, but that's my take. I would use the web-based platform because it's just cheaper on SureTrader if you're using SureTrader. The desktop platform is going to cost you 100 and something plus per month, and that's going to be taken out of your trading account. It's going to be really difficult to make that work. If you are not profitable day trading 3 times a week with $100, you shouldn't be trading a $10,000 account. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying, though, is that you're not going to learn to be profitable until you day trade actively. Like, you could day trade 3 times per week. You're not going to learn that much. It's going to take way longer for you to learn how to trade. And so for new traders, like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to argue about it. You can have your opinion. That's fine. We just disagree. But in the end, again, I mean, there's pros and cons to every platform. The con of the no commission platforms is that you're not going to be able to actively day trade. You're also going to have to wait. Sometimes you're still going to have to wait longer, for the funds to be settled back into your account. And so, I mean, again, like, there's pros and cons to everything here, I'm not one of those guys that are like, you have to agree with my opinion, and if you don't, I'm just going to argue with you all day. I mean, like, in the end, whatever, it is what it is. Trade whatever platform you want to trade. I just think there's a lot of very self-evident benefits to doing this if you want to learn how to day trade. If not, you're going to be stuck trading 3 times per week. It's going to take a long time to learn. And, like I said, that is subjective opinion,
All right, not seeing much. Seeing some fades there, but not attacking fades yet. Still taking some time off.
All right, like I said, if it gets over 40, I'll take this other half off and we'll just let the rest ride. For PAGS, kind of hanging out. If it bounces back, it is what it is. Getting to that point where I'm going to start taking some larger swings.
All right, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I know, but honestly, Joe, I always say that. I'm always like, hey, like maybe I'm biased because I post links for them. Maybe you're right. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that in the end, I have actually been through it to where I have actually had to learn to day trade. And if you're only stuck day trading 3 times per week, it's kind of like this, right? Like if you were learning code, right, and you were restricted to practicing code 3 times per week, it's going to take you much longer to learn how to program, only being able to do it 3 times per week. All right, I got out of another half. It's going to take you way longer to learn that way. And sure, you could say, well, do paper trade. Well, paper trade, paper trade's how you learn, but you're not going to have the same emotions as with a live account. And so it doesn't matter where you go. But I think new traders have to have a small account with no PDT rule. I think that's how they're going to learn, and I think that's how they need to learn. And like I said, if they don't want to go to TradeNet TEFs, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is you have to gain experience. You're going to learn more from experience in trading than from anything else, than from any guru, than any course. You're going to learn more from experience than anything else. And so saying that new traders should only day trade 3 times per week, I just disagree with, because I think new traders need experience. I think they need to trade small and they need to trade a lot when they first get started. I'm not saying to go crazy and buy 1,000 shares. I'm saying they need to trade with 100 shares a bunch of times to really learn what kind of strategies they should use, what kind of rules to implement for themselves, all of that stuff, right? Because if they're stuck trading 3 times per week, they're not going to get that experience, man. I don't care how much they do it. And so, and again, like I said, this is all subjective opinion. You know what I mean? Like, you obviously disagree with the platform that we're advertising, and that's fine, but don't let that cloud your mind here. In the end, again, I think that new traders need as much experience as they can, and they need to trade small and slow. But they need to trade. They can't be restricted 3 times per week. They're never going to learn. It's going to take them forever, And in the end, like I said, it's all my subjective opinion, of course, but I think that's honestly how I see it. And like I said, this is from somebody that learned that way. And so it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not saying they should be trading a $10,000 account. I'm saying that new traders should probably buy a bunch of small accounts through a no PDT rule broker and gain that experience and trade small. Buy 100 shares, buy 50 shares, But in the end, I think that if you restrict new traders to 3 times per week, it's going to take them much, much longer to learn how to trade. And I think new traders are going to learn more from experience than anything else, Telling them to trade a huge account? What are you talking about, man? Listen, look, honestly, I'm done arguing. I'm not going to argue anymore, man. I'm not telling people to buy a huge account. Really, I'm telling people to do whatever they want. I'm telling people to buy small accounts. I literally said that like 3 times, man. And again, I'm not going to argue here. You know, you obviously want to argue. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm not going to get involved with it. And if we keep arguing, I'm just going to ban people that argue with me because they're clouding up the chat. You know. Again, I respect your opinion. That's fine. But you know, in the end, I'll say it again. I think new traders should trade with small accounts as much as they can with small size. You know, and I think they need to trade small when they first get started. But I think they need to trade more than 3 times per week. And in the end, I think that's what's going to teach new traders the fastest. And what's going to help them learn the most is through experience. You know, and 3 times per week is just not the experience they need. There's a beautiful drop here. Look at that drop. We broke under the 40-20 level. Hopefully that level turns into resistance. We'll give it a little bit more time here. But nice little drop down for PAGS. I'm going to get out of here. All right, so I got out of there for a little win, small win there.
Looking for this tanker to come back, AVYA.
Yeah, I mean, people in the chat are asking me to ban him, but I'm not gonna ban him. Like I said, I'm just tired of arguing about it. Like I said, he's kind of twisting what I'm saying, which is, you know, again, I'm not trying to argue here. Well, we could have back and forth, but in the end,
let's look at a chart instead.
Yeah, for sure.
Pull up AVYA. Pull up AVYA. Look at that chart, guys. This is why I've been watching this one for a little while. Would have loved to attack this one today. Looking for a bounce back for the crossplay, but
yeah, go all in. Buy Apple, guys. Buy Apple.
This one cracked hard there, guys. Cracked hard there at 1260s.
Yeah, man. Honestly, the one I was into, PAGS did it as well.
This one has big time support beneath it at 1220s, and below that, gap down towards 1180s, then all the way down to 1020s.
There goes PAGS down to 40. I mean, I think I milked I think I milked 20 to 30 cents from this one. Maybe I could have held for the breakout, but again, I was just trading the range of PAGS. Green trade though, I'll take it. NBEV faded too. I was watching for that one. HEPA. Let me see. HEPA could do a VWAP bounce there. Roku. Market got hit. It's down to 299.30s. Yeah, we post morning watch lists in the Discord. My apologies if you have addressed this already, but is Thinkorswim a good platform for shorting? I think Thinkorswim is a great platform. I think it's easily my favorite platform out there. I think the Thinkorswim platform, how dynamic and like customizable it is, it's my favorite platform. I actually like the DOS platform as well. The DOS platform is just really expensive. But I think that Thinkorswim is a great platform. I think that you're going to have to get approved for a margin account to short, and that's just about whether you can get approved for it. For that, you're going to need over $2,000, and you're going to need a request approval, and then ultimately get that approval from Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade if you're going to want to short there. And honestly, I've never been through that process, and I've never shorted live on Thinkorswim, and so I can't tell you yes or no. I just don't know. You know, I don't want to tell you the wrong answer because I've never shorted on Thinkorswim specifically. Yeah, U-Stock Trade, K. Gifford isn't bad. Like, U-Stock Trade, I have a few reviews on them. I traded on them for a long time, and you can day trade with no PDT rule there as well. $1 commissions on U-Stock Trade. But again, the fills are a little, sketch. But there's more penny stocks. So like if you're looking to day trade penny stocks, U-Stock Trade, solid option. Only if you're looking to long stocks though. There's no shorts. There's no margin and there's no shorts on U-Stock Trade. So it's not bad. It serves its purpose for sure. And like I said, I might throw a few $100s into U-Stock Trade in the next month or in the next week or so and try to get some of these penny stocks to move some, just for fun. But we'll see. All right, James, have a good day, brother. Later, man. Yeah, man. Nice to have you back, brother.
Definitely, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, man. No, U-Stock Trade, there's no margin. There's no margin, so it's just it's basically just the equity you pay for, just cash equity, long only, minimalist platform, kind of like Robinhood. It's kind of like Robinhood with no PDT rule, with $1 commissions instead of free commissions. Like that's what the platform is like, basically. But it's not bad. It serves its purpose. Good time to buy into CRON? I don't know, man. Honestly, like I said, we get people all the time asking me whether I should invest. I don't know. I'm not an investor. I'm not really much of a swing trader either, and so I don't want to tell anybody the wrong answer. It could be. It's pretty low today, but again, I mean, it also had a huge. I mean, CRON actually just filled this entire gap, man. Weird. Beautiful gap fill though. You can see why the previous day's closing price is so important here. Because if you look at where the previous close was and look at where the stock went, I mean, that's exactly what a gap fill is. You want to see a definition of a gap fill, look at CRON today, CRON.
All right, guys. Big important pricing here, guys. The TVIX over 1080. I think if we start seeing that TVIX start ripping through 1080s with big volume, you want to see more volume than you saw at the open. We got a big volume bar a little bit back near 10 a.m. You want to see more volume than that, show that significant strength that the SPY will break down. But the only way the breakdown really happens, guys, is through yesterday's low. So I would look for 298s to break. If 298s can break, yeah, then we can start getting a down move. But I think these are small down moves, and they're just kind of getting pressure at that 300. We all know how big 300 is for the SPY, and kind of we need momentum to get us through that. So the volume keeps building up there, but dying as it gets to there. So look for that today, guys. I'm not really seeing much. I'm probably going to go ahead and call it quits right now, but just leave my charts up. Put a couple of price alerts to see if I get big resistance move again. And if I do trade, it's looking like I'm looking at right now CGC and AVYA, if they can go back. AVYA needs it. I need it back near 1270s. CGC, I'll need it to break through the 2040s and do the crossover. That's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just go relax and look for crossovers a little bit later.
All right, brother. Later, man. I'll probably finish it 2 here, team. It's almost 10 o'clock. We need 3 more subscribers, though, to hit over 14,200 subs. So hit the subscribe button. We need 3 more. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, help me out. Hit that subscribe button. Click the bell. We day trade live for free every weekday morning. Sorry if we got into an argument on stream. Like I said, I really wasn't trying to argue. I was just trying to say, like, listen, if you're a new trader and you're trying to actively day trade, and this is good information for traders to understand, regardless of where you go, I think there's a few things. If you're trying to actually day trade, not swing trade, not invest, if you are actually trying to day trade, again, experience is your friend here. You want to gain experience for as cheap as possible, right? And so the way you do that is you trade small, but you trade often. And you try to find your niche. You try to find the strategies you're going to implement. You try to build yourself a system, and you're not going to be able to, it's going to take a long time to build yourself a system if you're day trading only 3 times per week. It just is. It's going to take a long time to build that system. And you're going to be able to build your system faster if you can actively day trade. I mean, I think that's a pretty objective truth here. It's obviously going to be a lot faster to build your system the more you trade. And so with that, I think you should trade often. And I think you should trade small. I think one of the biggest flaws, one of the biggest issues that new traders do, and what happens to new traders, is that they just trade too large when they first get started. They'll jump in with 1,000 shares. They'll watch a guru. They'll jump in with 500, 1,000, 2,000 shares with their first account. What that's going to do is that's going to make them lose their first account within a few days. They're going to lose that account within a few days, maybe a week. Maybe they'll get lucky and turn it into a few thousand. But then almost certainly they're going to lose that as well. And so the way you learn is you trade small and you trade often. again, I'm not saying to buy a huge account. I'm saying really you should probably just buy like a $500, $1,000 account, regardless of where you go. It doesn't matter if you go to Tefts or if you go to SureTrader, if you go to U-Stock Trade. They all have their pros and cons, you know. But in the end, experience is what's going to teach you the most over everything else. You're going to learn more from experience than anything else. Over any course, any guru, you're going to learn the most from experience. Now, I'm not saying you should slack off. Of course, there's a lot of good free information online. We've got an entire free day trading course and classes on just the stuff that we've learned along the way. But again, we're not experts or gurus here. But if you're looking to generally learn how to trade and day trade specifically, you're going to want that experience. Day trading 3 times per week probably isn't going to cut it, you know. Now maybe you could substitute trading for paper trading and then get your 3-day trades a week and then paper trade. That's plausible. You could do that as well. I'm not hating on that. I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but in the end, you just want experience. And day trading only 3 times per week is not that much experience, especially, you know, once per day, 3 times a week. It's just not that much. And I think that you're not going to be able to short. You're not going to be able to do a lot of stuff on doing that. And so with that said, I think the best thing you can do if you're a new trader is just try to gain some experience as cheap as possible. I'll say that, which means small accounts. Small accounts is what you want to do, not large.
I sometimes call it paying your dues. You know, a lot of traders try to kind of buy expensive courses to educate them on what to trade, how to trade it, and how to get profits consistent. But what they don't realize is that there's really no one secret. And that's really the true secret of trading, is that there's not one. And so really what ends up happening, guys, is that people spend thousands and thousands on programs to end up finding out that they still need to work on one thing, and that's execution. Execution is truly the definition between a good or bad trader, because I can give those both traders the same strategy, and the good trader can execute that strategy and probably be profitable. He's going to be more profitable than the trader that has no skill of understanding, let's say, risk management, resistance or support, and hasn't practiced understanding the emotions that really trading really goes through. So the experienced trader, the expert trader, has that understanding of emotion and focuses strictly on the execution of strategy, not really what the results come from it. So when you focus on execution is really when you evolve as a trader, and really the definition between a good and a bad trader is the execution of the strategy. Because like always, you can have a winning strategy, but if you can't execute it, then it's not profitable.
Yep. And exactly. And in the end, it's about trading. Like I said, it's about trading and getting the most experience that you can trading a live account for as cheap as possible.
Practicing that execution.
Right. Because paper trading is great. Paper trading has its uses, but the emotions are going to be way different, and it's going to be very hard to build yourself practical rules to follow for when you're day trading with your real account with a paper account. It's going to be very difficult to build those rules with a paper account because, again, the emotions aren't there to give you those signals of where you need to, build your rules and condition yourself to make the right decisions. And so in the end, again, it's about trying to get that experience for as cheap as possible and not going crazy. Like whoever you choose to get an account with, again, it should not be a large account. We had a guy talking about it the other day that was suggesting that the PDT rule was a good thing because new traders should save up $25K. And my response to that was that they're just going to lose that $25K. If you save up to buy $25K and you've never traded a real account before, and you wait and you try to save up $25K and then deposit $25,000 into an account as a brand new trader, even if you've paper traded the entire time prior to that, you are almost certainly going to lose that entire account. And so would you rather lose $25,000? I wouldn't. I would rather trade a bunch of small accounts first, and I'll probably lose those accounts, but those accounts are only $500, $1,000. I would rather lose those accounts and trade small and extend the life of those accounts so I can actually gain that necessary experience. But That's one of the
Definitely.
ways. That's one of the ways the PDT rule is actually terrible for traders. It's terrible
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
going to lose that $25,000 once they save up for it. Because new traders almost always lose their first account, and if you make their first account be 25,000, you're costing them 25 grand. They're going to lose that. You know.
Yeah, you could compare it like this, guys. Look, a lot of people, there's not, a lot of people watch Formula One racing. Let's say you got the best car in Formula One racing. If I gave you the absolute fastest car, has won all the last races, has won the last 5 races, but we put you behind the driver's seat this time instead of the driver, the professional driver, what's going to usually happen, guys? Even though you got the best car in the game, what's usually going to end up happening is that you're not going to be able to get that result that you want. And the reason why, guys, is you need to practice the execution. Practice makes excellence, guys. And that's exactly what John's stating, is that you need to practice. And the only way to truly get the real live practice is to use small size on the live account
Right.
that has low commissions, that gives you the strength to trade your strategy, whether that be long or short. And that's why we always talk about the strengths and weaknesses of brokers,
Yep.
and that there is for every broker a
There's
strength
pros
and a
and cons.
weakness.
Absolutely.
So you have to understand that. Find out what works for you. If
Right.
TradeNet is that, then go ahead and check it out, guys.
Right.
If it doesn't work for you, and that's not the way you want to trade, not the style, then definitely, guys, go somewhere else and
Right.
stick with us, because
Right.
we're going to continue trading. And you, just because we're on a different broker than you guys, doesn't mean you got to trade the broker that we do. We
Right.
just go ahead and suggest it, especially for beginner traders that are trying to get their system down packed.
Right, and it's if you look at every other YouTuber's promoting their platform and earning referral commissions from it. I mean, that's how YouTubers support themselves. And so, like I said, I think people look for a reason to hate, even though we give everything to everybody for free, regardless. But again, there's pros and cons to using TEFs. If you want to check them out, of course, here's the link. It's a great way to help support us. We do make a commission from it, so maybe we're biased in that regard. I don't know. Do your research. But again, if I'm objectively looking at it, you can day trade with no PDT rule. You can short stocks. It comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, a demo account. And then again, once you're approved for the funded account program, you get a lot of buying power. You can day trade and short. There is a profit split of 70-30. You are going to have to share your profits with them. But again, you're getting a lot of buying power for very, very cheap. Like I said, this isn't a huge account. It's a $400 account. That's very cheap relative. I don't think there's anywhere else in the trading world where you can day trade and short stocks with no PDT rule for $400. I just don't think there's anywhere else that you can do that. And so again, if you want to get started shorting, I think that's the best option. But again, they have their pros and cons. The biggest con of using them is that if you're looking to solely trade penny stocks, there's not that many penny stocks available on there. And so if you're a penny stock trader and you only want to trade penny stocks, honestly, it's probably not the platform for you. And like I said, we just try to be real and honest about it. But again, it has some pros too, in my opinion. So it just depends on what kind of trader you are. Other platforms may be more beneficial for you. It just depends. But in the end, yeah, I mean it's accurate. It's accurate to have it's possible to have an accuracy rate over 89%. Again, though, you want to look at where he did. Like I said, it's very easy for traders to just say, "Look at how much money I'm making," or look at my accuracy rate. It's one of the reasons why, like, you'll see people all the time. People will start live streaming and then they stop, and they stop because they know live streaming is going to hurt their brand, man. Live streaming is going to hurt their brand. Rarely do people live stream, and it's just super rare for them to do it in general. And so. We're not experts or gurus here, so like we can live stream all day. If we lose, it sucks, but it is what it is. We're putting everything out there for free anyway. But there's a reason most of the gurus and the big traders do not live stream, and because again, it's because they're gonna hurt their brand. They're gonna show people what it's actually like, which is what we're doing here. Kay Gifford says, do they let you open 2 accounts? You can open 2 intro packages, like their base package for $3.99. You can open 2 of them. Once you lose 2 of them, you can't open them at the same time though. You can open 1. If you lose that, you can open another one, and then after that, if you lose 2, they make you move up to the student package, which is $2,700, I think, and that gives you 80,000 in BP, $4,000 max loss, and so. Yeah, once you lose 2, you have to move up. But yeah, you can open up. If you lose 1, you can get another one. But after that, they don't let you do it anymore. But yeah, guys, that's it. Appreciate all the subs today. We did break 14,200. So appreciate it. That is over 30 subs today. So thanks, guys. Appreciate the love. Remember, hit the subscribe button. We do this live for free every day right here on YouTube. We day trade the open. We let you guys watch us trade. Maybe I'll trade again if you guys want to follow along and see if I trade again. Sometimes I do trade after the stream. I'll post our Discord here. I always make sure to post my trade log and stuff like that so you guys can see I'm actually getting into the trades that I get into after the stream. But there's our Discord link if you want to check that out. Again, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning. So it's not a deposit, Kevin. It's not a deposit. Like, the way it works is it's like a prop firm. You're paying $400 for the educational package, and almost everybody is approved for the funded account program. But the $400 is not a deposit. Like, basically, if once they give you the $14,000 funded account, if you lose $500, you can't deposit another $500, into that same account. You could buy another package, but you can't deposit another $500. It's not a deposit. But yeah, I got a review of them. I'll post the review here. That it kind of breaks down what they are and kind of what they do, and so I'll post that link here as well. It kind of might be a little bit easier for you guys to kind of see what what they do and stuff. And so yeah, there's the link if you want to see their pros and cons. Yeah, go check out our website as well. There's the link. And so once you watch the review, you can go to the website, and there is broker reviews, there's strategy breakdowns, there's a lot of cool stuff on there to go check out. So go check out our website as well. There it is. Appreciate the new sub today. Let's see who we got. Nick, what's up, brother? Appreciate the sub. Kevin, appreciate it, brother. Thanks for the subs, guys. Welcome to the team. Again, we'll be back tomorrow morning at the same time. We do this live for free every day. Go check out Trade Ideas if you want the best scanners in the game, and if you like these scanners that we're using. Trade Ideas has some legitimately customizable and dynamic scanners that allow you to do a lot of cool stuff, build your own scanners around the different strategies that you're using in the market. If you look at all the top traders, almost all of them are using Trade Ideas, and there's a reason for that, team. And so there's the link. You can use promo code BT15 and get 15% off Trade Ideas if you want to check that out. Yeah, you can. AVYA. How do I pronounce your name, brother? Sorry, man. I'm gonna just say job. You can do that job. I think they have a year limit on it though. So like if you hold an account for over a year without making a certain much, I think they close you down. But again, I mean, a year's a long time, team. A year's a long time. And so if you're not really doing anything with your account by a year, I mean, I think that's reasonable in my opinion. But again, do your research. Maybe it's not. There's the link. You can go check out the walkthrough if you guys want to. But yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We'll see you all a little bit later. And yeah, appreciate all the love today, team. Small win today. We'll see what we get for the last day of the week tomorrow. And yeah, good luck, guys. We'll see you later.